Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a day in the life video, and I had so much fun filming these for this. I feel like you guys really like these kind of videos, and I'm just going to show you everything I did on this day. We did some stuff for the adoption, cooked some amazing meals. One of them, which by the way is from HelloFresh, which is sponsoring this video. I love HelloFresh. I've been using it for a while. It's so convenient, it's so yummy, and after a long day of running around being super busy, it was extra convenient, so you'll see me cook that for dinner. So with that being said, let's hop right in. All right, so I started off my day the same way that I start off every day, and that's by filling up my water bottle with a bunch of water and just making sure to rehydrate my system. Now, another thing that I've been really trying to do near the top of my day, although I don't always succeed, but is my physical therapy exercises. I've been trying to make sure I get my body aligned at the start of the day so that all the other physical activities I do throughout the day are coming from a place of better alignment. So a lot of these exercises look super simple, but they're actually really hard for me, and they're specifically strengthening my specific weak muscles that are causing some of my imbalances, or at least causing some of my pain. So I look at the camera a lot in this video, by the way. I was very I don't know, I couldn't help but stare at the camera today. So I just did all of my stretches. It usually takes me about 25 minutes, so not a super long time. It is kind of annoying, though, I can't lie. Although that is so cute when Zoe climbs on my belly. And I usually just watch YouTube videos while I do all of my exercises. This one looks so funny in fast motion. So yeah, I do all my stretches. This is obviously meant to strengthen my legs and to specifically hit a muscle on my butt that is pretty weak. And this has actually gotten so much easier the more that I've done it. Side note, if Zoe's not on me, she's usually watching me do my exercises. So once I do my exercises, I like to, if possible, not just get straight on my computer or sit down. I like to keep moving. So whether I'm doing some kind of exercise, or in this case, just kind of picking up, I like to do that. And on this day, so in my last cleaning video, you had seen that my brother and sister-in-law had stayed with us. So this is the day after they left our house. So there was a lot of random stuff to clean. And per the usual, I'm using my thieves cleaner and just kind of picking everything up. And at this point, I actually had to hop on a video call for some stuff pertaining to the adoption. If you didn't see, we have uploaded a couple of adoption updates. Some stuff has majorly changed for us. So that's what I was up to. And then I called Dan down because we actually have had a couple plants die. We got some spider mites in the house, which is kind of gross. So Dan had to get rid of a couple of plants. Only one of them was because of spider mites, but the other ones were just not thriving. So he got rid of those, came in, fed the doggies. Oh, little pumps. They gotta eat too. They gotta eat their scoots. So Dan fed them their food, and once they were fed, we decided to tackle the kitchen together. You've seen me do this a million times, but the kitchen is our equal cleaning domain. He tends to handle dishes. I handle kind of everything else. Well, he does trash too, but I just kind of wipe down, organize, obviously had to diffuse some oils. And while Dan tackled the dishes, I tackled, as you all know, my favorite part of the kitchen, insert sarcasm here, which is the stovetop. I hate doing it, but it's so satisfying once it's done. So yeah, finished wiping off the stove, felt so much deep satisfaction from my clean stovetop that Bowser totally appreciated. I can tell from his look. And then I just went over and cleaned everything else too. We did a bunch of cooking in the kitchen when my brother and sister-in-law were in town. So we made a big mess. So there was just junk everywhere. So I removed everything, wiped everything down, and then of course took on the task of cleaning the island. So gave that a nice scrub. And then Dan did something we haven't even done since we got that rug. He beat the rug outside and then swept underneath the rug. That's so embarrassing to admit, but you know, whatevs. it is what it is. So then I just kept cleaning. I cleaned the other side where the toaster and all of our oils and Dan's bread starter stays. He keeps the bread like mixtures going all of the time just so that he can make a fresh loaf of bread whenever. So that's what's over there. And then I headed to one of my favorite corners of the house, which is this plant trio. And this was actually the area where we had the spider mites. So I felt like I needed to not only do the usual of like watering my plants and just taking care of them, but I actually felt like I really needed to clean the area down. So I'm not sure if I got this on camera. Whoa, overflow. A little bit of spillage going on. So I ended up just scrubbing this whole area down with my cleaner just to really start fresh as I could. And then of course I had to diffuse my oils in this corner as well. So set that up, I don't know, diffuse my oils. And yeah, once that area was clean and the oils were diffused, I headed upstairs to get ready for the day. So on this day, I was a little bit cramped for time because I got way more caught up in cleaning than I expected. I didn't really know that we were gonna have those issues with the plants, and it really bothered me, so I wanted to clean that whole area. So I just kind of did a quick like 5-minute makeup job just to pull myself together enough for this adoption appointment, because on this day, we actually had to go take a psychiatric evaluation, which was kind of as intense as it sounded, by the way, looking back. We had to answer like 700 questions and do this whole interview. But yeah, so I wanted to pull myself together so I didn't look a hot mess for my psychiatric evaluation. So I got ready, like I said, pretty fast. It only took me about, maybe realistically, like 10 minutes to do my makeup. And then I did one of my go-to quick hairstyles, which just consists of pulling my hair up into a high ponytail and then taking a hair scarf and just wrapping it around. I think that it's so cute, it's easy, it's fast. And then I headed downstairs to make a quick lunch. So I decided to make a Veggie Blt for lunch, and I used a bunch of veggies in the BLT, and I used a vegetarian bacon as well. And for this sandwich, I actually used some pre-made sourdough because Dan didn't have any sourdough that was like ready for me to use or make a sandwich with. And I cut up a bunch of oranges on the side, and I ended up bringing some of the leftover potato salad with the sandwich as well, and brewing some iced tea. And all of this, I actually knew I was gonna need to bring on the road with me because we were running so late for this appointment. So I made the sandwich super fast as well, maybe in like 10 minutes. And I threw together this whole plate, just veggie bacon, cilantro, tomatoes, jalapenos, salt and pepper on the tomatoes. And that was a garlic aioli that I had made the previous week for the artichokes that we made when Chad and Marlene were in town. So I just used the leftover garlic aioli as my spread for the sandwich, and it's so good. Oh, as you can see, I do a lot of pepper on my tomatoes, by the way. And yeah, I just put together my sandwich, cut it in half, and it was such a delicious lunch. This is honestly one of my favorite fast lunches because it's so flavorful and easy to make, and it was just, delicious. And that potato salad was super good too, by the way. So then we drove about 25 minutes away to the psychiatric evaluation. There I am hopping out of the car, and there's Dan hopping out of the car. Wow, look at us go. And that was my outfit, by the way. And after the evaluation, which ended up not being as intense as I thought, but was pretty intense in retrospect, we ended up going to Home Depot on the way home to pick up some new plants to replace the plants that we had thrown away, which we totally didn't get to replace them all, but we did pick up a couple new plants. And of course, anywhere that I can do a little dance and a song, it's an awesome time for me. So 2 new palms, one for the entryway, one for the right of our TV. How excited are you, Dan, on a scale of 1 to 10? Keep it together, Dan. Deep breathe. Deep breathe. And then after that, we stopped by the post office to mail off a couple of packages. I have a really hard time actually getting to the post office sometimes, so I was really proud of myself.
We're so responsible. We just went to the post office and mailed our package to Melissa. Yes. Now we're gonna go home I don't know.
So yeah, the weather was amazing. It was definitely a little toasty, but it just felt great. And the drive was absolutely beautiful. So we headed back home, and then I pretty much just picked up where I left off with all of my cleaning. So I had to take care of a couple of more plants. So I watered the plants on the left side of my TV, and I ended up feeling kind of paranoid about the spider mite situation. So I cleaned up the rest of my shelving on the other side, and I just kind of deep cleaned, scrubbed everything, watered things, cut off any dead pieces to help the plants continue to grow. And yeah, just checked on all of the plants in my house. So the plant in my hallway needed to be watered, so I gave that a little bit of H2O. And then I made my way upstairs. Now, usually when I'm cleaning, I like to start upstairs, but today I didn't. So I made my way up, made my bed, diffused some oils, and opened the windows. So yeah, just set up my oils to diffuse. So exciting. And then I made my way to my closet, which was such a mess. I could hardly even walk through it without stepping on clothes. I was like, this means this is the time officially to clean my closet. So I hung up all my clean laundry, and I separated all my dirty laundry into piles to just get loads going. I had a goal to get all of my laundry done on this day. By the way, I did. I felt pretty proud of myself. So I just got the laundry going. And then by this point, it was time for dinner. Now, because I've been intermittent fasting lately, I've actually been trying to eat earlier, like my dinner, and start my breakfast later. So I'm eating in a shorter window. And tonight's dinner, like I mentioned, is from HelloFresh. And we actually decided to make this pasta. So I heated up some water to put on the stove and threw the pasta in, and then cut up all the veggies. Now, if you don't know what HelloFresh is a meal service, and it's really cool because all of the ingredients come in pre-measured labeled meal kits, so you know which ingredients go with which recipe. And on top of that, they offer a wide variety of chef-curated recipes that change every single week. So I actually get the vegetarian recipes, so they come with plant-based proteins, grains, and then they use seasonal produce as well. The other cool thing is I feel like every time I cook with HelloFresh, I'm always learning like a new cooking technique, something that I didn't know before that ends up making its way into my other cooking. So it's kind of like taking a little mini cooking class in the comfort of your own home, like at your own speed. And every single balanced dinner is less than $10 a meal, which is really cool. And yeah, like I mentioned, it's just cool because it pushes you outside of your comfort zone, kind of forces you to try new yummy meals. And I just really enjoy that whole process. You can actually choose your delivery day, so you're not stuck to one day. It can be really formed around whatever your schedule is. And that's really great considering that I feel like a lot of people who want to try HelloFresh, they're pretty busy, and so being able to change your day is really neat. So if you end up wanting to give HelloFresh a try, you can go to HelloFresh.com and enter the code HelloNikki30, and you will receive $30 off of your first week of HelloFresh, which is awesome. That's the other cool thing is Dan and I often cook these meals together because the recipe is so clear cut and easy to follow. We can kind of look at it together, tackle it together. And actually there have been a few times where Dan cooks the entire meal for me. So that's pretty awesome. This pasta ended up being so good. It was so easy. It was fast. We cooked it in less than 30 minutes. And we were able to sit down and enjoy a full-on balanced meal before we went to the movies that night. So that was pretty exciting. It didn't take really any thought, and it was just there and ready for us. And Bowser really wanted some, but sorry, Bowsy, it's human food. And I drank my watermelon sparkling water with my dinner. And yeah, we just pretty much just took our time, ate our food, but not too much time because like I said, we wanted to go to the movies that night. So guess what? Spoiler alert, we went to the movies that night. We did get some popcorn at the movies. We had a great time just chilling, using our movie pass. And yeah, so that is the end of this video, a day in my life. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you again, HelloFresh, for sponsoring it. And don't forget to check out my link down below and my code, HelloNikki30. And I will see you guys back here very soon with another new video. All right, bye guys.